Fantastic lineup of talent there as get ready for the Open Men's Surf Race Championship. And there they are, the best swimmers in Australia in the surf. My guest commentator this time round, Daniel McClellan. One of the great characters, one of the great competitors. And mate, your sister was just had it home and hosed and got in 10th.
What can I say, Daryl? I'm shattered, but we've got a race to watch now. And it looks like Mark Wally Williams is going out like I said he would.
Is that your pick?
My heart goes with Wally.
Mark Williams, that's his tip. Gary?
Yeah, I don't know. You know, like, it's a long race. You know, the guys have gone to the south again. Predicted, obviously, watch the females, which Carla Gilbert, Kerry Trevor, and those girls went to the right. The winner did come from Carla Gilbert. So a few of the guys obviously taking the same tactics. So we'll see very shortly.
Yeah, when you look at the lineup of talent here, we won't go through all the names. There's just so many of them, but it's an amazing race. Now, Muffy, like you had a mortgage on this event. What's the secret to swimming a race like this in these sort of conditions?
Well, in all sort of conditions, Gary taught me a lesson once. He told me the secret to swimming fast is to never to swim slow. So that's the main aim.
So it's just get in, head down and get going.
Get in and go for it like Wally does.
What about when they hit the bank out there with the bigger waves coming through? It's so shallow. You can saw how the girls got really knocked about.
Yeah, well, what you got to do is basically get out in front, try to hold your lead. But what I used to do is try to sit on someone like Wally's feet and then come over the top of him at the end. But what I'd say is I'd sit behind and then hopefully get one of those big ones from behind. Yeah,
well, it's a bit of a gamble today, taking one of those bigger waves from behind because they're dropping in very, very shallow water. Now, these are competitors from another event that have been washed down in the drag through the swimmers. There was a delay at the start. They were hopeful that they were out of the way, but unfortunately they're still there. And it's a bit of a chaos at the moment. And that's got to be a bit unsettling when you're swimming through something like that. You suddenly see a board paddler.
Well, basically they're swimming through a washing machine, Daryl, so...
All we can see at the moment, Dan, is look, Kai Hurst is out in front on the left of us, centre of screen right now. Kai's actually a sensational swimmer. The other guy beside him, Stephen Short, the current Australian champion, inside him is Jason O'Prey, Maroochydore. So, you know, class field, but look at the young bloke, Kai Hurst, closest to the screen now.
Isn't that funny? Lead. We didn't even mention him on the start line. We didn't even mention Kai Hurst was there. I mean, there's so much talent there.
Yeah, exactly right, Daz. You know, but look at the guy. His stroke is perfect. He's powerful. He's balanced. He's getting through that surf so simply. Big sets are coming at the back, but these guys know how to handle it.
Daniel, when you watch a guy like Kai Hurst, I mean, he's been so successful since coming into the sport. What do you see just looking at him swimming there now?
Wait till I come back next year, Daryl.
I know you're coming back. Look, looking at him now...
I reckon he's an unbelievable swimmer. He's got an unbelievable style, and at the moment he looks like he's annihilating the whole field.
Well, he's talked about the fact that he may have to give surf lifesaving away to concentrate on pool swimming because he's such a good distance swimmer.
Yeah, well, with Thorpe and Hackett, I don't think he's got much of a chance of cracking the 8 or the 15, so...
Daz, I've just looked at the screen now, mate. These guys are diving under these waves, and the sets are so big, they're not getting down early enough. They're hitting them in the feet. Now, what you've got to do in this sort of conditions is dive down before the water actually hits your feet. Once it hits your feet, slows your body speed up, and that's where your speed. Philip Clayton started to make his move. We picked him earlier. The guy can surf, but Kai Hurst has got about a 15-20 metre lead on the field.
Daniel, when you're under the water in shallow water like these guys are doing now, how much movement is under the water that we can't see?
Well, the turbulence underwater is unbelievable. Like if you watch a board rescue yesterday, the girls were swimming 30 metres back towards their cans to get in line with it. So you've got actually really no idea how the rip is, but it looks like Kai Hurst is showing that he is the best surf swimmer in Australia at the moment. And
well, he's certainly building a gap here now, and of course once he gets around that can, he'll sight a building or a tent or a flag or something he's marked, and that's what he aims for coming home.
Yep, that's correct. And what's worrying me is Wally's hasn't got his great lead that he normally has, and let's hope he can pull a wave.
I was talking to his dad this morning, Wally's dad, and he was just so excited about their win in the Taplin yesterday. Yeah. And I said, your son is so good for the sport, and he is. Nobody likes to win better than Wally.
Oh I think that, yeah.
You weren't a bad winner, though.
Oh, me and Mark Williams did a few good Australian teams together, and we used to love winning together.
Kai Hurst.
So Kai Hurst, sorry, Gary.
Kai Hurst has got a 24-second lead on the field at this stage by the time he turned the first can. 24 seconds from the first can to the next guy turning the can, which is humongous at this time of the race coming into the wave zone.
That is a huge lead now, and there he is, Kai Hurst. Look at him coming home
and looking,
now.
Looking under his armpit.
There's the pack coming round now.
Second swimmer, we just want to pick up his cap. Looks like a Maroochydore cap. I think it might be Stephen Short. Hey, there's that Wally Williams stroke of yours, Daniel.
Yep.
Wally's in third place by the look of that at the moment, but there's Kai Hurst. They're starting to turn around, but he's down into the drop zone. He may get a wave out of this.
Sets are building at the back too, Daz. If we just look at the back of the screen, there's some big sets starting to come through. But Kai Hurst,
he just turned round on his back. Here he goes now.
Yep.
He goes down the face of this one. Oh, what about the bounce? Comes out. Where is he? Kai Hurst. There he is. There he is. He's still there. Now the girls couldn't get in front of it, but he does. Here they come from behind now. Some big body wave. Look at the water that's going on here. Have a look at that. Tons and tons of water. Wow, hell,
Pulling
really
his
good
tops
though.
He's lost his cozzies nearly, this guy.
Here we go.
There's Holmes of Kawana.
Holmes of Kawana Beach comes down the face of a big one. This is the stuff you used to love.
Oh, yeah, you know I did.
This is where it gets a bit tough. Now the boys, they come through the centre, they've got to tack back up and get around the cans now. Now you can see Holmes all just looking, floundering around the water there. Left-hand side of him, it's just hard to pick up the cap colour, but they're both looking to see where the cans are, which way they have to swim.
That's a Palm Beach cap.
It is Jason Samuelson of Palm Beach.
That's
it's Samo.
Look at this out the back, some more big one. Oh, what about that one? Look, they're just bouncing around. They're just getting thrown off the bottom, up on the top, and here we go again. The back markers now say it's good for us. Look at this. Out in front, holds the hands down, smash-o.
It's Dino Mercer, I think.
So what's got to happen is these guys, as we don't know at home, guys, the waves are about 6 to 8 foot on that bank. If they're that big on the bank there, we're going to have them twice the amount of speed and power below the surface as what on the surface. So we're looking at 28 knots of water coming down with the same amount of current speed underneath the surface. So hard to hold on to a wave that big.
Well, mate, I've seen you hold some very big waves, Daniel, and there's some good waves here today. The boys are doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, Darryl, Kai deserves to win this race. He's led the whole way. And if he gets beaten by a wave, it'll be unjust.
Oh, there's not too many better surfers than this bloke. He can pick up a broken wave. He's very strong across this current. See, he's in the current now, but in a moment, as you can see, some little runners up from behind, but I don't think they can bridge the gap. Here he goes now. He's off the back of it, but there's one in behind it. See him, he goes backstroke, powers onto it now. This will win him the gold medal. Kai Hurst. What an athlete.
He had a bit to prove. He's a little bit disappointed being left out of the national team. He is our greatest swimmer at the moment in the country. Whether surf, swimming, Ironman, I believe he's one of the best.
Well, how did he get left out of a national team? I can't believe that.
Well, I don't either, mate, but this is what happens with some of these teams these days. The best guys don't get a chance to start.
Daniel, how would you leave him out of the Australian team?
Well, you've got the best Ironman in Australia, you've got the best surf swimmer in Australia, and he's left out of the Australian team.
Unbelievable.
Jason Samuelson, look at him waiting for waves.
On the bank, they're waiting for the waves. They take them now.
Samo's there, Holmes is there, and someone on the inside of him. It looks like a Maroochydore cap as well.
Let's have a look. Pretty hard to see through the white water.
You know who it is? Dean Mercer.
It is Dean Mercer, too, in those colours, Mooloolaba colours. We're so used to seeing him in other caps. Well, there's our winner home, Kai Hurst, but there's so much action going out behind him. Let's have a look, because this is now for the minor medals. That's a Palm Beach cap. Palm Beach, that's Dean Mercer.
Samuelson and Mercer, Samuelson and Holmes. Holmes is up first. Mercer's got those legs pumping. Darryl, look at him go. Mercer's going to get second. Samuelson in third.
He gets over the line second. Those little pistons of his were pumping up and down. I tell you what, they've been a bit quiet in these championships, but when there's a wave on, they come out of nowhere. Samuelson there from Palm Beach with Mercer from Mooloolaba. I can't get used to him in that cap. But anyway, there he is. He's got a medal. He'll be pretty happy about that. Let's have a look. Daniel, talk us through this.
Well, he's holding the wave like not many men could.
He's sitting up high.
He's reaching over the wave, going over with the falls, like you have to do with a wave like that, so it doesn't break on his head, and he's holding it all the way in.
Here we go,
genius.
Out the back, but of course your arms are pumping all the time, aren't they? Look at the drop from that. They came from the back part of that wave and still getting sucked over the top in that white water. Amazing scenes here at Kurrawa. And Anne-Marie Sparkman is down with a man, Kai Hurst.
And he's not even breathing that hard, Daz. Don't you hate that? Kai Hurst, you have just proved yourself to be the best surf swimmer in Australia.
Yeah, well, you know, it was pretty tough out there, and I guess was pretty much anyone's race, and I was lucky enough to get a few sets through and just be in a really good position and felt a really good undercurrent going out. So I sort of, you know, went as deep as I could and tried to hang on to that.
Well, it was a wild ride, and does that prepare you for the Ironman?
Definitely, you know, that's 1 down and 2 to go. I've got the board final next and the big one later on the Savo, the Ironman.
Make it 3 in a row. Good luck.
Hope so. Thank you.
Yeah, that's right, too. He is heading for 3 Ironman championships in a row. And if that's any indication of the power of this man in a surf like this, he's going to take some beating this afternoon. How fit are they? I mean, they're in so many events over a weekend. Let's have a look at the final results. Kai Hurst from Tugun in Queensland. Dean Mercer came out of the clouds on that way from Mooloolaba. Can he surf? Jason Samuelson from Palm Beach in Queensland got 3rd after putting in a fine performance from the Cairns back into home.